games, Division III sectional at Middlebrook. Bellaire 81, Shenandoah 51. The nightcap there, Monroe Central. In Division III, Bellaire met Monroe Central. This game at Meadowbrook. My partner Ryan Recker was there and joins us now live with the highlights. Ryan.
Donnie, thanks very much. Let's get right into the highlights. Bellaire looking for a return trip to the district tournament. They would make it with a win tonight. Early going, Nate Davis, the steal. And then the lay-in, high flying is Davis. Bellaire up by 3. Later on, Davis, three-pointer. He had 31 points, 15 rebounds on the night. And oh yeah, he also had 5 assists. Here's one of them, beating Josh Fisher, who had 15 points. Bellaire up by 8 after 1. Second quarter, Monroe making a little noise. Kenny Robinson the steal, and then the throwdown as the Seminoles try to climb back into it, but it was Bellaire and the big guy doing it tonight. Aaron Agnew, 24 points. Bellaire wins it. They put up the century mark, 100-54. They'll play Cashockton in the district tournament Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at New Philadelphia. Tonight at New Philadelphia.
Boys high school basketball playoffs kick things off tonight. Bellaire taking on Cashockton, Division III district semifinal at New Philadelphia. Ryan Recker was there and joins us live with the highlights. Ryan.
Donnie, thanks very much. This is kind of a rematch in a sense. Bellaire and Cashockton meeting in the football playoffs this past November. Bellaire winning that one and going on to the state football playoffs. To the New Philadelphia High School we go for these highlights. And as you would expect, a packed house on both ends, and they would see Cashockton grab the early lead. First 8 points of the game scored by Cashockton. That's Patrick Carroll. He had a huge night. But Bellaire would settle down. Aaron Agnew would tie it at 8. He had 21 points on the night. Later on, it's a miss by Cashockton. Nate Davis firing it out, and it's Josh Fisher on the receiving end. He had 9 points. Bellaire up 4 after 1. Second quarter, here's his brother Mike Fisher off the dribble. Nice soft lay-in. Mike Fisher had 13 on the night. Then it's Agnew. Outlet. Wide open is Nate Davis. He goes in for the lay-in. Bellaire up 35-29 at the half. Third quarter, Davis, man on him, no problem. Three-pointer. He had 24 for the game. Bellaire up 9. They're up 7 after 3. They would have his lead as big as 11, but Cashockton cuts it to 2 late. Patrick Carroll had 35 points, but Bellaire outscores the Redskins 8-2 down the stretch. Big Reds win it 73-67. They will advance to play the winner of Buckeye Trail and Garaway. This one, the nightcap at New Philly. Aaron Carpenter from the corner, three-pointer. Buckeye Trail led by 1 after 1. They were up 23-17 at the half, but Garaway would tie the game with 4 seconds left. The game would go into double overtime, and the Pirates would win it. Final score in this one, 65-61. Garaway will now take on Bellaire Friday night in the district final. This game at 7 o'clock at New Philadelphia, a rematch of last year's district semifinal. Don, back to you.
Did in the opening round of the district tournament in New Philly before a standing room only crowd. The Reds overcame an early 8-0 deficit to advance, winning 73-67 over Cashockton. Aaron Agnew, the Shack of the OVAC, was dominant once again, scoring 23 while also pulling down 13 boards. But if you think he's feeling pressure this time of year, forget about it.
Well, really, it's pretty fun. I mean, this is one step farther than we were last year, and in my sophomore, freshman year, we only made it to the sectional. So, I mean, this is pretty fun. I'm trying to go on the state title this year. Whether
Aaron and his teammates were feeling pressure or not, the Redskins would not go away. In fact, they pulled it within 2 with less than a minute to go. But Agnew and Nate Davis stepped up to the line and knocked down some critical free throws to keep the Reds in the lead for good. Nate, in fact, led Bellaire with 24 while also grabbing 14 boards.
It's tougher every game. Just try to go as far as we can. I hope we go all the way. I mean, I think we just got to play together, that's all.
Bellaire head coach Gene Emirante knows why these games are so tough.
This is Ohio, and you know, I'm telling you, you're walking through a landmine field, and the mines are potent. They're full of TNT, and they're ready to explode at any time. So, as far as us, we are foolish if we look anywhere beyond this next game that we have to prepare as hard as we can for. Yeah.
Bellaire has to watch where they step, apparently. Bellaire will meet Garaway in the district final.
And welcome back to Sports Friday. Let's go to boys high school basketball. The Bellaire Big Reds meeting the Garaway Pirates tonight in New Philadelphia. Ohio Division III Boys District Championship game. This is a rematch from last season when they met in the district semifinals. The winner in this one moving on to next week's regional in Athens. Tickets hard to come by tonight. They were standing in the rafters, literally, at New Philadelphia High School. Gene Amirani and company trying to get back to the regional tournament for the first time since 1997. First quarter, things looking pretty good. Nate Davis, opportunistic, gets the steal. Can't convert on the land, but right there is Josh Fisher with the follow. Bellaire takes a 6-5 lead. Later, they go inside of the bread and butter. Try guarding this guy, Aaron Agnew. Huge night tonight. Bellaire up 13-9 after one. Second quarter, game tied at 13. Nate Davis, believe it or not, his only field goal of the game, held to just 9 points. Bellaire up by 3. But later in the second, Garaway, Zach Fanning had a tremendous ball game on offense and defense. Hits the 3 that ties it up at 18. Then time winding down, just over 2 seconds left before half. Fanning, three-pointer. He had 20 points on the night. Garaway up 21-18 at the half. Bellaire would regroup in the third quarter, down by 1 now. Mike Fisher had 9 points on the night. Kansas three-pointer. Bellaire goes up by 2. Later they go back inside to guess who? Aaron Agnew. Time winding down the third. Soft lay-in for Agnew. Bellaire up 34-27 after 3. We go to the fourth quarter, seeing now if Bellaire can close the deal. But hold up. Ryan Gerber, nice spin move, draws the foul and the hoop. He had 20 points. That cuts it to 35-33, less than 5 minutes left. But back inside to Agnew. 24 points. Bellaire goes back up by 4. Now 17 seconds left. Bellaire is up by 5. Garaway trying a little desperation here, get a pretty decent look off the side of the backboard, but look at Fanning, steals it and lays it in, 50-47. Now Bellaire has the inbounds pass. Mike Fisher inbounds it to his brother Josh, who is obviously fouled. He would go to the line for 2 free throws. Josh Fisher would miss the first. The second one here would put the game away, but he misses. Just over 3 seconds left. Ryan Gerber has it, a chance to tie, but Mike Fisher blocks it. Clean block, and Bellaire hangs on for the win, 50-47. The Big Reds go back to the regional tournament for the first time since 1997.
I'll be honest with you, it was a goal of ours when we started. We thought that by preparing ourselves with a schedule that maybe a lot of teams back home weren't interested in playing, we wanted to play those teams on those big arena type settings, and now we get a chance to go down there to the regional, and I don't even know who we play, but I'm just happy we're going.
So Bellaire, the big win tonight, and they'll be in the regional in Athens next Thursday night. Nights. All right, a score for Bellaire fans tonight. Ironton beats Westfall 62-59 in Ohio Division III district action. That means Bellaire will take on Ironton Thursday night in Athens at 6:15 in the Ohio Division III regional semis. This, of course, a rematch from football season from the regional playoffs when Bellaire beat Ironton. More basketball now, the Big East.
And let's talk high school basketball. The Bellaire Big Reds taking on the Ironton Tigers tonight. Ohio Division III regional semifinal at Athens. My partner, Ryan Recker, was there and joins us now live with those highlights. Ryan.
Donnie, thanks very much. You've heard of the phrase, a tale of two halves, apropos of tonight's Bellaire Ironton regional semifinal. Let's head to Athens for the highlights. Aaron Agnew, you've seen him score it. How about pass it behind the back? No look. Gives it to Andrew Bobka. Bellaire up by 2. Then later inside to Agnew. 15 first half points. Bellaire the early 2-point lead, but Ironton would go on a 9-0 run. The Tigers would lead at 20-12 after 1 and 31-24 at the half. But second half, Bellaire reassesses itself. Nate Davis would score the Big Reds' first 8 points in the third quarter. They would tie it at 40, and then Agnew would put them ahead 42-40 with this bucket. First lead since early on in the game. Late third, look at Davis, the acrobatic spin, you can count it, and the foul. Bellaire up 52-46 after 3. Davis 12 points in the third. To the fourth, Agnew gives Bellaire a 10-point lead. He had 28, and then off the inbounds, Agnew back to Davis. Davis had 25, including that 3-point play. Bellaire up 59-46. The Big Reds pull away, outscoring Ironton 49-31 in the second half. Bellaire wins it 73-62. They move on to the regional final Saturday night. Here's head coach Gene Amirani.
We were down at a half, really didn't play all that well, and in the second half, Nate Davis put us up on his shoulders and did so many things for us. Rebounded, handled the pressure, and entered the ball to the big dog.
Up next for Bellaire, they will play Chesapeake Saturday night in Athens. Chesapeake knocked off Johnstown Monroe 50-43 in the other regional semi tonight. Don, back to you.
The Wheeling Central Maroon.
The Ohio players still alive in Athens, Chesapeake and Ironton on a collision course if they could stay alive at the Convo. First, the Panthers and the Peak taking on previous unbeaten and red-clad Johnstown Monroe, the Johnnies. First half, Johnnies led by a Josh Smith stroking the three-pointer. But you want to talk about range, watch PJ race. I mean, this one's out by Peden Stadium. That's a Geno Ford three-pointer. The Peak keeping pace. Then Smith again driving, and he hits the jumper. But they did not hit enough of them tonight because race is an eraser. This is no replay. Another long bomb of a three. Then just before the quarter buzzer, Race drives, scores, and celebrates. The Peak hands Johnstown its first loss of the season, 50-43. The Peak headed to the regional final Saturday night. In the other semifinal, Ironton taking on Bellaire, all 6'10", 360 pounds of Aaron Agnew. And the Shack of Ohio high schools had a huge night. Just chuck it up there to him, and he does the rest of the work. Look at the game plan. They need Brandon Hunter in there to stop him. Roger Zorns can only laugh it off. It was a tough night for Ironton. Josh Sands follows up the miss here, but not enough. 73-62, Bellaire to the final against Chesapeake. Okay.
Tomorrow on Sports Sunday. Now to Ohio. In its long and storied history, Bellaire High School has never had a team enter the Ohio Boys State Basketball Tournament. Tonight, the Big Reds were 32 minutes and 1 win away from heading to Columbus for the Final Four as they met Chesapeake in the Division III Regional Final in Athens. My partner, Don Sloan, he was there for all the action and files this report.
The regional tournament at the Convo Center in Athens is a place the Bellaire Big Reds have been many times before. But after a win tonight over Chesapeake, the Big Reds are now headed to a place they've never been before, and that's the Ohio State Tournament in Columbus. Bellaire jumped out of the gates quickly, scoring the game's first 5 points. Aaron Agnew with 2 of his 38. Here he also added 14 rebounds and 5 blocked shots. Josh Fisher with the defense was strong all night and very strong here. He puts it in the layup. As Bellaire comes on a run, they are within 1. Nate Davis, the driving layup. We're tied at 17 after 1. Davis, pretty pass to Andrew Bobka. 33-31 Bellaire at the half. Second half, the Big Reds would extend that lead. Josh Fisher would find Nate Davis. Davis cutting to the hoop, and he puts it in. 41-37 Bellaire. Then Aaron Agnew, the big man with the pass to Mike Fisher. 53-47 Bellaire after 3. But Chesapeake, they would go on a big run in the fourth, and they would tie the game at 58 with 4 minutes to play. The Panthers then take the lead with this 3, 64-63 with 3:10 to go. But Aaron Agnew down the stretch would be the answer for Bellaire. This bucket made it a 69-63 game, but the Big Red fans would have to wait some impatient moments out in the end because Chesapeake would have a shot to send this one to overtime. Closing seconds, the shot rolls in and out, and the Bellaire Big Reds can celebrate a regional championship in the school's first ever trip to the state tournament.
To represent our high school for the first time ever in a state basketball tournament, not a football playoff, but a state basketball tournament, is quite an honor. But I'm also happy for all of the Bellaire community who have given us so much support.
Next up for Bellaire, the state semifinals Thursday afternoon in Columbus. In Athens, Don Sloan, News 9 Sports.
Donnie, thanks very much. Bellaire will take on Versailles Thursday at 2 in Columbus at the Value City Arena. Let the hype begin. Earlier today in Athens, the Dover Tornadoes take it for 2 other local boys teams. Bellaire heads to the state tournament for the first time in school history, while Dover returns to the Final Four for the first time in 6 years. Sports Sunday, they've been playing basketball at Bellaire High School since 1909. In that time span, there have been over 1,000 wins, numerous district and OVAC titles, but never a regional crown. That is until last night when the Big Reds secured their first ever appearance in the Ohio State Boys Basketball Tournament with a thrilling 3-point win over Chesapeake. To Athens, we return for the highlights. Aaron Agnew, huge night for the guy that's been coming up big all season. First quarter, hoop and the foul, but here's Chesapeake running the floor well. Trent Finley in transition with the lay-in, but Josh Fisher picking up the steal, a lay-in for himself, and the foul. We're all tied up at 8 apiece. Everyone chipping in for Bellaire. This is another collective effort by all 5 starters. Nate Davis gliding through for a deuce, and it's Davis giving it up to Andrew Babka for 2. 33-31, Bellaire leading at the half. They would try to widen that gap in the 3rd quarter. Josh Fisher, Nate Davis, beautiful alley-oop lay-in, and then more passing. Aaron Agnew, Mike Fisher underneath. Bellaire up 53-47 after 3. But 4th quarter, Chesapeake hanging in and coming back. Daniel Thompson goes to the left hand and ties it at 58. Then Trent Fawnley, 3-pointer, 64-63, Chesapeake with the lead. But who does Bellaire go to in crunch time? The big guy, Aaron Agnew, 38 points. Bellaire up 69-63. Now for the finish, 71-68, Bellaire, Chesapeake with a chance to tie. Inside of 4 seconds left, RJ Race in and out, and Bellaire hangs on 71-68. Like so many wins on the way to the regional title, Bellaire pulls it out. They're cutting down the nets in Athens, hoping to do the same as they head to Columbus for the first time ever.
There are, along our tournament trail, there are 3 that come to mind that we could have easily gone the other way. But for some reason tonight, I guess the kids decided that it wasn't to be, you know, and when they touched the picture of the Schottenstein, before they got off the bus and they've been touched it in practice, I think it transmitted something to them that said that they wanted to be in that place come Thursday at 2 o'clock. So we'll be there. I'm really happy for those guys, those long-time, old-time Bellaire guys who were there long before I was, who, you know, who deserve something like this, a chance for our community to get excited and to hopefully take our team to Columbus and see what we can do out there.
So a tough, arduous road for Bellaire to get to Columbus, and it doesn't get any easier. Staring the Big Reds right in the face of Versailles Tigers. Versailles Tigers 26-0. This game slated Thursday at 2 o'clock in Columbus as Bellaire becomes the first Belmont County team since Bridgeport in 1969 to go to the state tournament. Now late Thursday night,
Facing the Tigers might seem like an uphill battle, but that doesn't bother the Big Reds. In fact, Bellaire head coach Gene Amarante says the 2 schools are almost mirror images of each other.
They have a lot of football players that play basketball, so do we. They've had some success. They were state football champs. We were in the regional finals in football. So I guess it's sort of like we're sort of like mirror images, except we have a big fella and they don't.
The big fella could play a role in this one, no doubt. The Tigers, though, are a perfect 26-0. And that's coming off the heels of a perfect 15-0 football season and a Division IV state title, making them a perfect 41-0 in the 2 major sports this year. The Tigers' resume, though, isn't something that has Bellaire senior center Aaron Agnew concerned. He says the Reds just have to take care of themselves.
I just look at another game, and it's the same as last game. Go out there, play hard. We lose, we lose. I mean, but if we lose playing as hard as we can, can't complain about that.
Aaron pumped in a game-high 36 points in the Reds' win over Chesapeake, but that doesn't mean Coach A thinks he'll be the focus of the Tigers' defensive game plan.
You either give extra attention to Aaron in the lane, at which point you're leaving somebody open so you can't pressure as hard as you can. And then other teams have chosen the other route to go against us, to pick us up full court and try to pressure us into turnovers and that. So we've prepared for both, and we'll see what materializes about 2 o'clock on Thursday.
If the Tigers do try to take away Agnew, then sophomore Nate Davis could and should play a vital role.
I'm a marked man right now, so I mean, like, everyone's talking about me and everything, so you know, I gotta go and do my thing.
Mark Man for sure after being named a first team All-Ohio Division III. Now tip-off is at 2 p.m. at Value City Arena in Columbus. We will be there, myself, along with Dan Mayers. We'll have a report for you at 6 and 11 tomorrow. Make sure you join us for that. Tonight on Inside
They made the school's first ever appearance in the Ohio Boys State Basketball Tournament, taking on Versailles in the Division III state semifinals. My partner Ryan Recker made the trip to Columbus and has this report.
Almost 9 years ago, Bellaire and Versailles met in the Ohio State Football Championship and went to double overtime in one of the greatest high school football games in Ohio history. Today on the basketball court, another double overtime thriller. This time, the winner heads to the state title game. Andrew Bobka's 6 first-quarter points, the steal, and then goes in for the lay-in. Bellaire up 21-11 after 1. Nate Davis, three-pointer, makes it 32-18 Bellaire, the Big Reds' biggest lead of the game. Then it's Davis to Agnew off the inbounds pass, back to Davis. Bellaire up 41-31 at the half. But in the third quarter, here comes Versailles. They would outscore Bellaire 15-6 in the quarter. Ben Shappy had 11 of those points. 47-46 Bellaire after 3 quarters. Late in the fourth quarter, tied at 56, clock winding down. Versailles for the win. But they miss, and we're going to overtime. In OT, Bellaire down by 2, 58-56. Davis, clutch three-pointer from the corner. He had 19 points. Bellaire up now, 59-58. Late in OT, Bellaire up 61-58. Josh Fisher, 2 free throws to put the game away. Misses both. Cal Geely with the ball, and he's going to look for some room. Geely, who was held in check for a lot of this game, comes out and hits the three-pointer. As time almost expires, we're tied at 61. We'll head to a second overtime. In the second OT, Bellaire up 64-63, but another clutch three-pointer. It's Ben Shappy this time. 66-64, Versailles has the lead. Now, under 10 seconds left, Nate Davis trying to tie the game, but he's called for the charge. Versailles would then go down and hit 2 free throws. The Tigers hang on to win it 68-64 in double overtime.
There's sting involved. There's pain involved, and until a little bit of time passes, I don't think they'll be able to look back and see what they've accomplished.
In Columbus with the Bellaire Big Reds, Ryan Recker for News 9 Sports.
The Division
13, led by 10 again at the half, 41-31. The second half, though, was a different story. In fact, they would only score a total of 23 points the rest of the game. In the third, they scored only 6, seeing their lead cut to just 1 at 47-46 at the break.
But we probably came down 7 or 8 times in a row, and we came up empty. And had good looks and good decisions most of the time by the people that we wanted to get the basketball with in their hands, but we just didn't capitalize. So
the game was tied at 56 after the fourth, and in the first overtime, it was Bellaire's inability to hit free throws that forced the game into double OT, tied at 61. It eventually ended with Versailles winning 68-64.
You know, I thought we made some big ones. It's just that we had some that probably could have put some nails in some coffin, and we didn't put the nail in the coffin. And when you don't put the nail in the coffin against a team that's 26-0, they're going to come up and strike you.
The loss ended the career of one of the classiest high school basketball players in Valley history, Aaron Agnew. He was very emotional after the game when talking about his time with the Big Reds.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great career. It's been fun playing for Coach A, and I mean, it's just hard. I think it's hard to get over.
As Coach Gene Emirante said, the sting is pretty hard right now for these Bellaire Big Reds, and only time will help heal those wounds. And in time, they'll realize how special this season was. The first time ever in school history that the Bellaire Big Reds were able to get here to Columbus and play in the state Final Four. Didn't end the way they wanted, but still the Big Reds wrapping up a fantastic season here in Columbus in the state championships. In Columbus with the Big Reds, I'm Scott Nolde for 7 Sports.
Their overall record for the year was 22-5. During the regular season, they played Upper St. Clair, Fairmont Senior, Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary's, district champions, and regional champions. They are the only team in school history to make it to the Final Four in basketball when they lost the semifinal game in overtime. Please welcome back on the 10th anniversary the members of the 2003-2004 basketball team. The following were able to thank Chris Palmer, Jay Ovac, Luca Magistro, Todd Coyne, and Nate Davis. Now for those that are here, Wayne Dibble, Justin Ward Ellis, Jared Ryan, Adam Lucy, Andrew Barber, Michael Fisher, John Fisher, and Aaron Patrick. Please give these men a big round of applause. The scorekeeper during this time was Paul Razak. The athletic director was Mr. Bruce Young, who made the frame and took the big picture. The principal of Bellaire High School at the time was Mr. Greg Manning. Coaching staff for the team. Dave Ice, represented by his wife, Anya. Jay Oliver. Jerry Garaway. 30 years as the head coach for the Big Reds. He dedicated his life to the student athletes of Bellaire High School. His coaching resume includes 471 victories, 14 OKC titles, 14 district championships, 6 regional appearances, 2 undefeated teams in 1993 and 1994, and 2005 and 2006. A member of the OKC Hall of Fame, and soon to be inducted into the OHSBCA, Ohio High School Basketball Coaches Association. Coach of the Year honors for OKC, District 12, Eastern District, and State of Ohio Division 2. Many of you will remember his famous sayings. Great is great, that's my game, and that's how I will win my fame. Also, not I or me, but us and we. Everyone please welcome Coach Ed. Former basketball player who coached with Coach Ed for 16 years at Bellaire High School, and the current principal will present Coach Ed